So game on. One of the first words was arouse. Gave it to the class. My friend gets called on. Yeah, I believe that issue first arose in the case. Yeah, nice going, Jason. Everyone's kind of looking around like impressive. Hobble. This law was designed to prevent people from hobbling into court with any old claim. Good job, Rob. Now I'm doing the reading. I'm becoming a good student for all the wrong reasons, just so I can show off, so that I can prove I can use the word cupcake in a contracts case. Change the whole dynamic. And so the game went on. But you know what? Like any game, people learned it. It got too easy. So I had to up the ante after a few weeks to a harder word, sassy. That's a hard one to use in a legal context. We had 5 classes a day. No one could use sassy through the first 4 classes. Then the last class, criminal law. We're doing battered wife syndrome of all things. My friend Louise gets called on. She gives a real answer. And then she says, I just want to add that I think it's wrong that some men hit their wives just because they're being sassy. And an S sound came over the whole room, because everyone turned to their neighbor and went, sassy. And I was a god. No. I wasn't a god. I was a guy who I was becoming the crazy guy at law school. I was never the crazy guy in grade school or high school, college, pretty normal. But now, I think it was a bad fit. I was out of my skin. I was becoming somebody I didn't recognize. I was crazy Demetri. You know that guy who starved for attention? Every situation becomes about him trying to be funny. That's what I was doing. For example, I was in this one class called Criminal Procedure. It was an evening course. It was worse than the first year courses because in that class you were on call. It wasn't the whole class getting called on. It was just 5 people at a time. Every class session, just 5 people got called on. So they tell you the day before, you 5, you're on call tomorrow. So do the reading. Make sure you're here because you're going to get every question. Oh, man. So I went out to dinner with my friends before class. We went to a Chinese food restaurant. And crazy Demetri decides to strike. I go to my friend, hey, man, see that fortune cookie you're holding? Open it up. Whatever it says inside, I'm saying is my answer in class. He's like, all right, man. If you do that, I'll get up and say, I agree with Demetri. All right, don't dare me, because you're going to get burnt. So we go to class. There's like 7 of us that know about it. And we're giddy. We're like, he's going to read a fortune cookie, man. It's crazy. This guy's crazy. Do it, man. Yeah. So the moment comes. The professor calls on me. I think it was like a 4th Amendment case or something. It's my chance. I look forward, and I just bail. I don't do it. I felt like it was disrespectful or something. I don't know. I crushed, and I just gave a real answer. My friend, you know, kind of gave me a glance like, stupid. I knew it. You wouldn't do it. Just like felt defeated. Then the professor asks another question, and he ends it with, Demetri again. I'm like, wait a minute, second chance here. Gotta go for it, gotta take it, do it, man. So I just look forward, clear my throat, I just go, when love and skill are combined, expect a masterpiece. 6 guys go crazy. 100 other people look at me like, what the hell was that? And this is how lost I got. This is how crazy. The professor didn't say, Demetri again. He said, Denise McGinn. That was the next name on the list. It was alphabetical of the on-call. But in my head, I'm hearing, Demetri again. Now's your chance. Go for it. This poor girl gets called on, pressure situation. Some schmuck on the other side of the room is yelling out, combine love and skill, Denise. Got lost. My own little world of crazy Demetri. You see, it's funny. Sort of is a harmless thing to say. Sort of. It doesn't really mean anything. It's a filler, you know what I mean? But after certain things, sort of means everything. Like after, I love you. Or, you're going to live. What I'm trying to say is I went to law school. Sort of. You see, I made it through 2 years of law school. I made it through 2 of the 3 years. The hardest parts the first year, done. Second year, I hung in there. But then, couldn't do it. After 2, I said, I'm out of here. And it was a crazy moment to have a plan from 11 years old and just kind of every choice, every summer, classes, extra activities, SATs, essays, leading to that one big goal, and then being that close to it and realizing, I made a huge mistake. I have to admit it, cut my losses, I'm out of here. And it was a total crisis of relevance, because I was now an adult. Yes, okay, it's cool to be quirky, maybe, on the side, do some puzzles, make puzzles, whatever. You learn how to ride a unicycle. That's cool when it's like on the side, right? And you have a plan. What happens when you remove the plan? What you're left with is a guy who likes to do anagrams and doesn't have a job. Sweet, that's a catch. That brings me to the fourth meaning of the word if. If, used to introduce an exclamatory clause indicating a wish. You know what? No sample sentence here. If I could just figure out my life. That's the point I'm getting to. That was the big question. That's what it all turned on. If I could just figure out my life. I realized I don't want to be some guy who has no purpose, no application. I mean, what am I going to be as an older guy? Creepy Uncle Demetri who's like, come here, I'll show you a coin trick. Yeah. Is that my achievement? That I can like do something with a yo-yo? Oh, no. And so I turned my analysis away from extraneous things, from irrelevance, to time. I said, okay, I'm wasting a lot of this. I seem to have trouble managing it. Can I harness it? Can I use it better? And maybe will that lead me to being a more productive person? And this is when I had a breakthrough / breakdown. See, I found a way to make myself the puzzle. Finally, I became the puzzle to solve. A point system. I turned myself into a weekly point system. 7 categories. 5 points in each category. To be tallied every Sunday night. 35 points, maximum possible Demetri week situation. In an effort to get better. See, here's some of the categories. Body. Subcategories. Diet and fitness / care. Okay, if I eat 3 fruits and 2 vegetables every day of the week for 7 days, I get a point at the end of the week. That means you ate better. Worked out for 3 days. If I did a leg workout, if I did crunches, whatever FB5 was, and floss 5 days a week, I get a point for that. It's a bitchy one, but I get a point at the end of the week. And even fancy stuff, I get variable here. I can run as many miles as I choose at the beginning of the week. I chose 10 this week. I ran 0. That's a 0-point body week. Not very good. Mind. Okay, I did a little better in this category this week. Read 2 books. Do 30 minutes of puzzles. Brainstorm for an hour. So that's like, okay, think about something. Starting now, and go. Cool, done, awesome, you got a point. Use lateral thinking for 3 hours? How do I do that? Hey man, could you tie me to this chair? And if I can get out in less than, like about 3 hours, it'd be great. I get a point for it, thanks. Wanted to be more creative. So I was like, all right, 2 drawings, paintings, or sculptures. That's good, it's a grab bag. Yeah, that equals you're a creative person. Next category. Contribution. Okay, cool. It's not all about me. I found a spot for the rest of the world in my point system. One little corner. I broke the world into people I know, family and friends, and others. Help someone solve a problem, do something for another person. If I help a stranger in some way, uplift another person, or try to see another's point of view, maybe I can combine those 3 into like a triple score. Pick up a strange baby and be like, what are you thinking? Bam, 3 points right there. Relationship, gave, shared. Nice subcategories. Did something for Jen. I was with Jen at the time. That makes sense. Here's my expression or equation for how you